everyone. Happy Wednesday. There's a lot of crazy going on in the world, but I'm just gonna say happy Wednesday. Happy push through Wednesday. Grab a juice, grab a tea, grab a drink, and I'm gonna read a book to you that I've been interested in reading for quite some time. Alright, a little quick housekeeping. I am sending books, delivering books. They're going all over the country. London, I hear South Africa. Someone in South Africa is interested. So I've been literally like driving around for people who are local-ish, and it's been an amazing experience to just talk to people, especially during COVID, just to like wave and see a person in person. And also it's been just interesting to see just different neighborhoods and all that good stuff. I have a whole new shipment coming. I have almost 100 more books to deliver. I've done like 300 books without even really like going to a book fair or anything. So I'm just like so grateful. So keep the orders coming. If you, so keep the orders coming, and working on something else. So let me know about that. Let me know about, I don't know what that is, but just thank y'all for ordering the book. I'm going to read Imani's Moon. It is written by JaNay Brown-Wood and illustrated by Hazel Mitchell. And this is a Children's Book of the Year award by the National Association of Elementary School Principals. So I love the moon. If you know me, you know that I like love the moon and everything about the moon. So I'm excited to read this book to y'all. We are right now in, our next full moon is the full corn moon. On September 2nd, we'll have another full moon, the full corn moon. A lot of us who are gardening are seeing like our crops are really just like coming up now. We're like harvesting a lot, and that's the reason why the full corn moon is harvest season. In the northern hemisphere, well, right now we have like the waxing gibbous moon. It's like 60% to full. It's called waxing gibbous, and in the northern hemisphere, the right side of the moon is illuminated. In the southern hemisphere, the left side of the moon is illuminated. This is the first quarter moon. It's almost around its orbit. So there's just like a lot of moon facts. It's a clear day in the eastern part of the country, of the U.S. So look up and see what you can see with the waxing gibbous moon today. And on September 2nd, it'll be a full moon. All right, so Imani's Moon. I am so happy to be reading this book, Imani's Moon, by JaNay Brown-Wood and illustrated by Hazel Mitchell. I always read the dedications. The author says, "To those who dream big and aim high." Illustrator says, "For Ashley, for all the courage, and for Lizzie." Check out the illustrations. These are really beautiful illustrations. Imani was the smallest child in her village. And if there's a goat in the story, you know it's going to be a good story, because baby goats are like the best. "Look at tiny Imani," other children teased. "She is no higher than a lion's cub knee." "Careful," they called to her. "Don't let the meerkat stomp on your head." "Mini Imani, you'll never accomplish anything." Day in and day out, the children teased her, and Imani began to believe them. Hey, Moira. So here are the kids teasing her. Every night, Imani's mama lifted her spirits with stories. This night, Mama told her of Olapa, the goddess of the moon, who fought a great battle against the god of the sun and triumphed. "Do you think I could do something great like Olapa?" asked Imani. "I do," said Mama. "Hey, Joy, Shatira. Congratulations on your baby. Hey, Kristen." Thank you. You see, I have my beautiful like African necklace on. "Even something like touching the moon?" "Even that," said Mama. "But it's you who must believe." Mama kissed her forehead. Isiku Minwa. "Good night, Imani." "Good night, Mama." So we're in a waxing gibbous moon in the southern part of the United States, and the full moon is September 2nd. So go out and check it out. That night, Olapa and Imani battled side by side. in Imani's dreams. Together, they protected the people of Earth from danger. You could use that. You could use that. They flew through the sky and guarded the moon. Imani stood tall and brave on the moon with Olapa beside her. The next morning, Imani woke, inspired to do something great. Today, she told herself, I will touch the moon. Look at the goats. Later that day, Imani made her way through the village. Look, it's Imani the ant, called one of the teasing children. Where are you off to? Teased another. Going to catch a ride on a beetle's back? I am going to touch the moon, answered Imani. The children laughed and followed her. Isn't that the way that it is? People laugh, but then they pay attention to what you're doing. Look at the beautiful illustrations about the... As the moon grew brighter in the late day sky, Imani began to climb the tallest tree. The bark scraped her small hands and legs. On a branch above, Nyoka, the snake, appeared. What's going on? He hissed. I'm going to touch the moon, answered Imani. That's impossible, Nyoka jeered. It's much too high. Imani climbed on. She got higher and higher, and the climbing became harder and harder. Hey, Charmaine. Felicia, that's a great idea. She stretched herself to reach the next branch, but lost her footing and fell to the ground with a thump. Maybe I won't touch the moon, she sighed. Thank y'all for joining. I just read my favorite books because I need a break, and I love doing this, and there you go. Thank y'all for coming to the classroom. That night, Mama told Imani about Anansi, the small spider who captured a snake to gain a name for himself. And we know about Anansi the spider because we've read some books from about Anansi before. Mama, do you believe that a spider so small and weak could really capture a snake so long and quick? Imani asked. I do, answered Mama. Even if no one else believes it, said Imani. A challenge is only impossible until someone accomplishes it, Mama said. Imani, it is only you who must believe. Imani drifted to sleep and dreamed that she climbed the top of the highest tree in her village, captured a snake, and made a name for herself. Look at these beautiful illustrations. The next day, Imani searched the village and gathered twigs, leaves, sticky berries, and rope. Then she headed back to the tallest tree and sat down and got to work. What's Imani the Tiny up to today? Teased the children. I'm going to touch the moon, Imani answered. Hey, do y'all remember the book Rosie Revere Engineer? That book reminds me of this book when the character was making all kind of inventions to fly. So that's a connection between books that you can share. As the moon began to appear, Imani pulled her creation onto her arms. She spread her arms out wide and sprinted past the tallest tree as quickly as she could. There are a lot of curricular places in this book where you can stop and just do some experiments and wind and velocity and rocketry and all that kind of good stuff. Imani's wings caught a gust of wind. She soared as high as the treetops. What are you doing up here? Said Suoki the chimpanzee, confused to see a flying human. I'm going to touch the moon, said Imani. You can't do that. Give up, mocked Suoki. This girl is encountering a lot of people and objects and animals that are like, no, don't do it. So the thing is, like, she has to believe that she can do it. So we're going to see what the end of the story is going to be. Do you think she's going to reach the moon? And how will she reach the moon? Imani flew on. Then suddenly, a strong burst of wind, too mighty for her delicate wings, sent her sailing into the tree with a crash.
The children laughed and left her behind.
I give up, she said. At this point, what would you do? Would you give up? What would you do next? This is my favorite part of the book. I love this book.
Heading back home, Imani heard her village gathered in celebration. The young warriors were performing the Edimu, I think it's pronounced Edimu, the jumping dance. Over and over again, the warriors jumped high into the sky. I have a vision of myself like jumping like that. Their heads caressing the clouds. Cheers and chants rang from the proud villagers. One of the warriors jumped higher than any other. This warrior seemed to fly. Imani could not look away. She cheered loudest for him. So, do y'all know what country or what group of people this book is about? I think this is just the most beautiful picture. It's not coming through on the camera, but it's like all orange and red and like it's just capturing the kids jumping. So beautiful. After the celebration, Mama and Imani returned home, too tired for a story. Imani went straight to sleep. Her dreams danced with visions of Adimu. The cheers and chants from her tribe still echoed in her head. When morning broke, Imani went to the tallest tree. The teasing children followed because that's what they do. She's going to climb again, they hollered, but instead, Imani jumped. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3. Each jump took her higher and higher and higher. Imani jumped all day. That is persistence. Go, Imani. Look at I keep saying this, I've said it like 6 times. The illustrations are beautiful. Like, love on your illustrator people, your artists in that way. As the sky grew darker, Bundy the owl flew by. "What are you doing?" he asked, with a voice very similar to the chimpanzee, I might add. "I'm going to touch the moon," Imani answered. "Don't fool yourself. You won't make it," hooted Bundy. But Imani jumped on. This little girl is getting it in. Her body grew tired. Her legs ached. Her feet throbbed. And the children continued to taunt. But like a warrior, I love the fact that she is the warrior. Oh my gosh. But like a warrior, she jumped higher than each jump before. In her mind, she could hear only the cheers and chants of her village, not the naysayers. I'm ad-libbing a whole bunch in this book, so that's what I do. So if y'all are new, that's kind of what I do. So she could only hear the cheers and chants of her proud village. She could see only herself as one of the warriors rising from the earth. She kept her eyes on the moon above and felt herself getting closer. The final push of her legs, Imani jumped once more. On September 2nd, on the full moon, we should all go outside and just jump in solidarity with Imani. She soared through the night sky and landed on the face of the moon. Can you see this image right here? The moon. "Olapa," Imani called. "I am here. I am here." I'll remind y'all. "I am Imani and I have made it to the moon." "So you have," said a voice in the wind. "Welcome." Love this book. Oh. Imani clapped and laughed. She sang. She rolled in the moon dust and danced with excitement, and she celebrated, and she noticed something shiny. She picked up a thing that dazzled her eye and turned it over in her hands. It was a small round moon rock, her own tiny moon. "A gift for you, Imani the Great," said a voice. Thank you, goddess of the moon. Imani smiled. Feeling lighter than ever before, Imani jumped one last time and floated from the moon toward the waiting earth. Down from the sky came Imani, a small girl with a small moon in her hand. All was quiet. No one taunted or hissed or mocked or hooted, because she has done a thing. Now they're bewildered, I'm thinking. Look at the necklace. So similar. That night, Imani called to her mama. Can I tell you a story tonight? She asked. Which one? Said Mama. It is the tale of the girl who touched the moon. Mama listened as Imani told her a story. That's a good idea, to have your children tell you a story. Where'd you hear such a tale? Said Mama. Imani opened her hand and revealed the glowing moon rock, so small and beautiful. It is my story, Mama, said Imani. I am the girl who touched the moon and was welcomed by Olapa. I am the one who believed. I mean, what else can you say about that? Right, Moira? I love this book. There's an author's note about the Maasai people in Tanzania and Kenya, where this book is based. And the teacher was saying that she just was I'm just going to read it. How about that? Because it's pretty interesting. Author's note. On the plains of Tanzania and Kenya live the Maasai people, an African tribe known for their bright robes and their cultural jumping dance called the Adimu. During the Adimu, warriors from the tribe stand in a circle and try to out-jump each other, leaping high with their strong legs while barely moving their arms. I'm going to try it, actually. Sometimes the dance is done while the warriors sing or chant. This ritual reminds me of the beautiful and artistic ballet that compelled me to research the Maasai people through several documentaries, books, and photographs. See, authors have to do research too, so that's a good point. I soon became inspired to write Imani's story. Africa being the ideal setting and the Maasai the perfect tribe to nurture a strong, perseverant character like Imani. African people, such as the Maasai, have many cultural stories and mythologies that they pass on through spoken narratives. Imani's mother carries on this tradition by telling Imani of Olapa, the moon goddess of Maasai mythology, and of Anansi, the spider. Passing on stories to eager listeners is one reason why I became an author. Just as Imani enthusiastically passes her story on to Mama, I'm thrilled to pass this one on to you. So that is Imani's Moon. I'm so glad that y'all were here to hear this. We're here to hear this. I just love reading books out loud. It really is a nice break for the day. So I'm glad y'all were here. So here is my book that I have read before, and you can find all these books I have read a lot of books through this Read to Me break. I started when the pandemic started because I just needed a break from all the crazy. Thanks, Felicia. And all of my videos, or the vast majority of my videos, are on my YouTube channel. So just look for Holly Freeman or Dr. Freeman's Read to Me break, and you'll see all of the videos there. I've read some amazing books. I just read books that I love. So thanks for reading Imani's. Hey, Monique Levy. So thank you for listening to Imani's Moon. If you didn't catch the whole thing, it will be on my YouTube channel very soon. Thanks. I love y'all. It's nice to just connect in this way with y'all. So thank you so much. Love y'all. Take it easy. Bye.